Hello and welcome to my channel Attila Tarot. So in this video we're going to do an update on Pierre Poilievre future. Now we can say that he's again the leader of the Conservative Party. I know that you guys been asking me to do an update. I've done one in March of 2025 and obviously he had a pretty good reading at that time. Like I actually gonna compare the cards, so I have a note about it, and I'm gonna also link the video as well for you guys if you wanna see it. Okay. But anyway, I think it makes sense to do an updated reading for him, and also I predicted that he would get into Parliament. If you want to kind of see that, I also predicted that the Liberals would win. I don't think that the Carney's government is gonna be long-lived. I have a video about that as well, so you should definitely check that out. Yeah, and this is kind of like I want to kind of let you know that this is not the reflection of my political views in any shape or form. I'm just really here to tell you what the cards are telling us. I'm gonna pick, you know what, I'm gonna get some other cards as well to kind of have a more all right, okay, so we have one card from that, and also let's get a few. Okay, so we have quite a few here. Okay, so let's jump into it. So at the bottom of the deck, what we have here for him is the Nine of Pentacles, which is very interesting because he had the exact same card at the bottom of the deck in March when I'd done the very first reading about him. So this is actually a very positive card, the Nine of Pentacles. Because the Nine of Pentacles is really all about success. It is achieving your goals. It is all about independence as well. So whenever the Nine of Pentacles comes out, it's all about that you work very hard for something and you're achieving it. Usually it can be connected to promotion vibes. It can be connected to independence when you're kind of having your own business, but I'm not aware that whether he had a business on the side or not. He's pretty much like a politician as a career, but all in all, I think this is a very positive card for him as an underlying energy. And just to kind of let you know, the last time I had a reading for him, he had the Sun, he had the Ace of Cups, the Emperor, the Two of Pentacles, the Judgment, the Two of Wands, the Knight of Wands, Justice, and the Ace of Wands. So those are kind of the cards that you might want to look for to see whether the energies will change or not. All right, so let's get into the nitty-gritty. In the center of his reading, what we have here is the Queen of Cups. So Queen of Cups as a court card, it can represent his energy. It can represent somebody else's energy around him. It's more of a emotional person, somebody who is paying attention to their own feelings, somebody who is very in tune with other people's feelings as well. Somebody who's definitely leading from the heart and has a very high emotional intelligence. Again, this can be him, this can be somebody around him, It can be a female around him. It can also mean maybe his wife, but again, I'm kind of trying to focus on the professional one. But usually the wives have a pretty strong influence as well on the leaders. But anyway, this is a leadership energy, but more of a leadership from the heart space. Somebody who wants to help, somebody who is there to give a hand for people whenever they need. The first card in his reading is the Two of Pentacles, which interestingly came out in the March reading as well. So Two of Pentacles is all about balance. Trying to find balance, balancing many things, balancing finances, balancing projects, pretty much trying to get things done. Like this is kind of like when you're working on a lot of projects, when you're super busy, one project comes after the other and you're able to handle it with ease and grace. And also this is a card of unlimited potential. Like this, normally this card has an unlimited symbol on it, which means that you're able to achieve a lot of things with not a lot of money, with not a lot of resources, and also able to balance everything and manage whatever comes to you. Like pretty much this is the juggler card. That's somebody who's able to juggle many things all at once. But for me, because of those waves, there's also these ups and downs that kind of come with it. Again, very interesting to kind of see those waves that are kind of keep coming back in these cards, like with the Queen of Cups and that Two of Pentacles, which again can connect to feelings, emotions. Maybe he is too focused on feelings and emotions, or he's kind of driven by feelings and emotions as well. Well, anyway, let me know in the comments what you think. The next card in his reading is the Lovers card. So the Lovers, like obviously it can be connected to partnerships, business partnerships in the parliament. Now obviously right now they are again there's a minority government, so I think how they play these partnerships will be very important, very crucial as well. But again, this is a card of a decision that's very important, life-changing, life-altering decision that I think he has to make. Again, it's also a card of law of attraction. So I think whatever you kind of reaping, that's what you're sowing. I'm kind of getting that from the Lovers. But again, the Lovers, usually it's a card of decision, a decision that you're making from the bottom of your heart. And again, we just kind of keep getting back to these feelings energies. So I don't know if he makes his decisions based on his heart or based on anything else, but there's some kind of a big decision here for him to make. Now we also have here the Wheel of Fortune, which is a positive card, because this is a card of change. Not any kind of change, but it is a change that brings luck, opportunities, alignment as well, and divine timing, right? So this is a card of divine timing in a sense that certain things are not necessarily happening at the time we want them. They pretty much happen when the time is here, when the time is right, which obviously people necessarily don't like to kind of hear it. Probably if he was to watch this reading, he wouldn't like to hear that either. But I think we could kind of see it as well from his path this year, that I think it's pretty obvious to say that this election was his to lose, and something in terms of the timing was not working out for him. And again, sometimes the wheel takes something away from us. And that's kind of a very important thing, that usually all the readers are just saying, oh, the Wheel of Fortune is all about luck, abundance, positive change, which is, but the wheel sometimes has an effect, that the wheel is taking something out of our way, the wheel is removing something, but the reason the wheel is removing it because something better to come instead of. So I think that he can expect here some kind of a positive change that he will have to make. All right, so let's see the next card. So the next card is the Hermit. The Hermit is all about going into this internal journey. Going into this internal journey when you're kind of trying to figure out, okay, what is my true calling? Is this what I'm doing right now my true calling, or is it something else that I'm supposed to do? And you're kind of deep in your thoughts, you're kind of trying to discover things, you're trying to see what that thing is. And the way you do it is that you are just away from the crowd, and you are trying to figure out, you're meditating, you're thinking as well. But again, the Hermit is also about wisdom. Maybe all of those things brought more wisdom to him. All right, so let's see the next card. Now the next card is the Five of Cups, which is a card of negativity and also a card of being sad. And which I'm kind of getting here, it's the election. The election is really impacting him in a sense that I don't think he gotten over it yet. I think he's still crying over spilled milk, because this is what the Five of Cups is really crying over something that you lost, something that you that was kind of painful. And in his case, I think it's pretty clear that it is the election that he hasn't been able to get over. Because with the Five of Cups, the challenge is you kind of keep going back to that negativity of whatever you lost, whatever you've been kind of whatever you didn't get, or the rejections you've been going through. And the meaning of this card is really not everything has been lost. Not everything has been lost, because yes, there are those three cups that are lost, but there's two that are representing opportunity, which kind of like the advice for him is that he has to shift his point. He has to shift his mind in terms of focusing on the opportunities and the positive things, not whatever he lost. And I'm kind of getting as well, I'm not sure, I think this was his second election as well. So I'm not sure if there's going to be 3 that he's losing and there's going to be 2 that he's going to win. Something like that kind of came into my mind. But again, that's not necessarily, I think, the main message here, that he really needs to shift his focus from the negativity and try to focus on the opportunity. Because I think even when you kind of look at, in my opinion, the mistake what he made, that he just couldn't pivot from the change over leadership, or I think whatever kind of changes the Trump administration presented as well. Well, but let me know in the comment what you think about it in terms of how he handled that. But let's see what's going to be the final outcome of his reading. We have 3 cards focusing on the future. We also have these beautiful cards to reveal. But while we're doing that, if you're enjoying this kind of a video, please like, share, and subscribe. That's the best thing really you can do to support my channel, and that's an indication as well that you are really enjoying these kind of readings. It's very hard for me to kind of manage the regular ones versus the political ones, and if I see that people like it, then obviously it's something that I can continue to do. But also don't forget to check out my regular readings for your zodiac sign, that you will be able to manage your everyday life and handle the energies, because again, the tarot is all about handling the energies. Now let's see how his reading is continuing. So we do have here for him the Two of Swords, which is a card of indecision. Generally it comes up when we have hard time making a decision, and we're kind of going back and forth between things. So there's some kind of a big decision for him here, and the reason I'm telling you, because There are two cards that are talking about the decision. We have here the Lovers and the Two of Swords. The Lovers is a decision that's made from the heart, and partnership. So maybe there's a partnership that he has to kind of decide about in terms of who he's going to team up with. But also the Two of Swords is kind of like this tug and war, when you're kind of going back and forth between options, when you kind of when you're in a conflict as well, and you're just in a ceasefire. So maybe we're just kind of going through this quiet before the storm kind of energy as well. But also I think the other thing that this Two of Swords has an implication for him. A couple things. There's quite a few. One of them is that whatever it is, if it manifests in his life as a decision, he has to really focus on his instinct, and because deep down he knows whatever that is, whatever the how to make this decision. But also with the Two of Swords, sometimes you just don't see the opportunities that are in front of you, because you're kind of having this or that mentality. And the story of this card is actually there's a third opportunity, like a third option that he might have to take into consideration. But let me know in the comment what you think this is. Now the next card is actually very positive for him, because it is the Chariot. So the Chariot is all about success, victory, and also a card that focuses on leaving the difficulties behind, leaving the past behind, and focus on the future, focus on how you are managing whatever is in front of you. Because, you know, the Chariot is all about trying to balance the downloads you're having from the universe, and also trying to balance your ego. And I think in his case, he will have to kind of look at that and trying to find balance in terms of how much he is trying to control things. And I think also the approach that he has to rethink, because the Trump administration pretty much turned things around for him. But I think with this Chariot card, he does have a good opportunity to achieve some kind of a victory. Now, I'm not sure if he's going to move as well. It can be connected to move, but there's some kind of a good opportunity, a good chance for him for some kind of a winning. And now we also have here the Four of Wands, which is a card of new opportunities, a card of 1111, when new doors opening for you, and new things are starting, especially if the doors were closed. And I think for him that doors were pretty much closed up to now, and you can see how that doors are opening. So there's some kind of a new chapter, a new beginning, a celebration here for him that's coming with that Four of Wands, because the Four of Wands is you're achieving a big milestone in your life. Now the challenge here, I can tell, before we look at these cards, I don't necessarily see the Emperor card like we had in the previous reading, because the previous reading I think was very clear about by having the Sun and having the Emperor in that reading, but also there were some balancing aspects of it of there as well, which still shows up in this reading with that Two of Pentacles card, and also with the Two of Swords. I think he definitely has to rethink how to move forward from this disappointment, because I think faith or divine timing is on his side to kind of get a win that gonna bring some kind of a new beginning. Now let's see what the Moonology card is telling us. Well, for him, what he has here is it's time to release negativity. So I think that's gonna be very key for him. And I see a couple of things the way he has to do that. First of all, like, you know, we have here the Five of Cups, which shows that I think he's been having a hard time of releasing the loss of the election. I think also, if I recall correctly, there's been feedback that, you know, he should kind of focus on not necessarily what the liberals do or don't do, but also what is that he personally would do as a leader. So I think there's this time to release negativity. I kind of sense it from both perspectives as well. He has to release the negativity, whatever he had with the election, and also he has to release and kind of try to bring a more positive approach to his campaign. Now let's see these cards. So the first card that came out, depth, under the surface, more to find, not obvious, deep dive, true value, worthy. So this is all about going to the depth of things, which I think we kind of saw that with the Hermit, because the Hermit is all about rethinking things and revisiting things, trying to find that value, whatever he's able to present. Now we also have the Nourish card. Feed your heart and mind, right livelihood, best job, giving, satisfied, full life. So this is actually pretty positive in terms of having the best job and achieving a full life, and obviously he is on the right path as well to kind of being satisfied. And the giving is interesting because the Queen of Cups is somebody who's a giver, right? So again, I don't know him personally, so I cannot really comment on whether he's a giving person or not. All I'm doing is here really reading you the cards. And also we have here the sideways. So the sideways is an interesting one because, as you can see, it says indirect path to success. Explore all paths. One leads to another, sampling life. So what this is really all about that, like his success to lead the country is not linear. There are some sideways. There are some one project or one thing that's going to lead to another in order to achieve that success, whatever he is trying to achieve. Which I think, all in all, when I look at this reading with that chariot, with that wheel of fortune, and that 4 of wands, there's a high potential for him to achieve great success. And also we have here the 9 of pentacles. But also, I think this release of negativity and releasing of the hurt that he's been through and the disappointments are also key. And again, the balancing things keeps coming back in his readings, because even in the previous card, in the previous reading, there were a couple of cards that were talking about balance. So I think in terms of how to balance things, how to manage things, are going to be one of the challenges for him, because I think it's been kind of keep repeating as well. But I think he has a good chance with these cards. But again, negativity has to be released. So let me know in the comment, what do you think? What do you think will happen from your perspective? What are your hopes and dreams for Canada? Who would you like to see in the leadership role? And also check out my other videos. I have videos on Carney, on the Carney government, other political ones as well. If you're interested in this topic, I have a reading on Doug Ford and Quebec leader as well. So there's quite a few things that you're able to choose from. So I hope that you enjoyed this reading, and I'll be able to welcome you again